Hey guys, Corey here, back for another late night video, and in this video I'm just going to discuss some of the things that I've heard about the next gen video games, the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X. A big topic that I want to get into is the $10 price increase in video games. So, pretty much ever since, as long as I can remember and as long as I've been buying video games, mostly since the PS3 and the Xbox 360 era, um, games have been, $59.99. Of course, for the Wii, they were $49.99. But, you know, uh, I watched a video from John Hancock is the gentleman's name that made the video, and he was talking about how he wasn't gonna pay like $70 for like the next gen games. And something I've been thinking about, ever since I've watched, his video you know, hearing what different people on the internet have had to say about the increase. My thoughts are there's gonna be sales. Games go down and hike up and down in price. It's like almost every single time I'm at a retail store. Like I'll see one game it's down really low, and then it's because there was one time I seen it was the American Ninja Warrior game. Like I seen it for like $10, and then the next time I was at Walmart, it was back up to 30. But and another thing too is these video game companies are not stupid. They look at their revenue to see how well their game's selling, and if people don't want to pay this $69.99 for the new NBA, then they aren't, and then there's companies that are gonna be like, oh shit, our game isn't selling, and then they're gonna have to raise the price down. Because, I'll give you a perfect example. NBA 2K19, it probably came out probably in the fall. I don't know when most NBA games come out. I think it's usually in the fall. Because, I always buy the NBA games, but hardly ever at launch. And, that summer, it was on sale for E3 for, I think it was $2.99 on the PSN store. The full game. And, none of, the gold edition or, the one that was better up from the standard edition. I can't remember the exact name of it, but it's they're gonna lower the price of their games if they're not selling well, And just like with the PS4 and the Xbox One, I remember it so well, and people were just talking about oh, PlayStation's gonna do this, Xbox is gonna do that, Xbox isn't gonna do this. Xbox got so much hate, and I was one of them, I would tell anyone who would listen, the Xbox Ones are absolutely garbage. Don't buy your kids one, don't go buy one, you know, like, they're not good. The games don't run that great, and, and there was just so many bad reviews, and then it's Microsoft unveiled Sunset Overdrive, one of my favorite video games this generation, and I watched the trailer, and I'm like, oh my god, that actually looks like a lot of fun. So, and then I was like, you know what, I'll buy the Xbox, So I went to GameStop, and I tried out the controller, and I really, really liked it. So I worked a summer youth job specifically for people with disabilities, and and I got a weekly check. It was just a job that just showed people with disabilities like what it was like to work, and how to make just a little bit of money, take home a weekly paycheck they could be proud of. But anyway, like, I saved up and I got the Xbox One, the Halo Master Chief Collection Edition, and I got that Sunset Overdrive, and it was a lot of fun. And I'm like, oh my god, this Xbox One is actually pretty cool. Like, like, the games are great, the controller feels absolutely amazing. In my opinion, the best feeling controller, especially with those rubberized grips, that I really hope that Microsoft carries over to the Xbox Series X. But, it was a hell of an experience. And, just a few months ago, I finally upgraded to the One X, and I absolutely love it. Like, I watch all my media on it now, all my movies. Like, for the longest time, I had just a regular Blu-ray player to watch all my movies, and I used my Fire TV or a Roku for, like, to view, like, YouTube or Netflix or Disney Plus, that sort of thing. And, I eventually, sold my Roku because I didn't use it, and then I sold my, little Blu-ray player. It wasn't a 4K one. I have that one in my bedroom, but it's just a regular Blu-ray DVD player, and I sold that. And I still have the Fire TV because it controls all my media and stuff, like my TV, my soundbar, that sort of thing. But I barely use it for media anymore. So. And, look at the Switch. I mean, like, when the Switch first launched, like, it only had, like, one big game, which was Zelda Breath of the Wild, and I bought it anyway. I didn't play it that often because, it only had Zelda, but then more games started coming out, like, more great games, like Mario Odyssey, Luigi's Mansion. I pretty much play all the Lego games on it now, or at least try to anyway. I mean, obviously, if there's a sale on the PS4, the Xbox One version, I'll obviously get that. But, I have so many games for my Switch, just looking back there. Like, the Kirby Star Allies, that was a fun game. Yoshi's Crafted World. The Paper Mario looks really fun. I'm really excited to get that. Guys, you just gotta give these game consoles a chance, I mean, they're not going to be perfect at launch. The PS4 and the Xbox One were far from perfect. I mean, my god, if I would have had a YouTube channel, back 7 years ago, I mean, you probably would have heard me rant and rave and talk down on Microsoft and the Xbox One all the time. But, now it's one of my all-time favorite systems, and I have a crap ton of games. I mean, I'm sitting right beside my collection right now. And Microsoft has done so much for the consumer, like the Game Pass Ultimate. I think that's a great deal. If you don't really have the money to buy video games, you play them online, and then, once they're on sale, then you can buy them. Like, if they're getting ready to leave Game Pass, because, they give you exclusive deals, and plus, you get Xbox Live Gold, which gives you free games every month. So, I mean, you just gotta let these guys work out their nicks and crannies. I mean, there's gonna be bugs. There's gonna be, glitches. There's gonna be things wrong with the system when it first launches. But that comes as expected. That's been with every system. But I'm super excited for the PS5 and the Xbox Series X. If I have to pick, I'd say I'm more, I like Xbox just a little bit better, but, I love PlayStation for their exclusives, and, and especially GTA. I'm probably going to play that on both systems, obviously. I did this last gen, even though it was GTA 5, but still, GTA 5 is a good game. I'm with everybody else. I'm kind of getting tired of seeing it rebooted all the time. Same with Skyrim. you know, even though I have Skyrim, I haven't had a chance to play, but, you know, I've watched people play it, and it looks fun, but, you know, I'm with a lot of you guys. Like, I want to see something new. But anyway, guys, that's all for this little discussion. Stay tuned. I will be having a review on Blinded by the Light. I snagged this in the $5 bin at Walmart today. I just watched it. A very, very good movie, especially if you're a big fan of Bruce Springsteen like I am. So be looking for this review sometime this week. I'm going to try to do it Tuesday. I got a really busy day ahead of me today, so stay tuned for that review. And as always, I will catch you guys in the next one.